Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to online class. I hope you all are very fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. We all talk about English grammar for standard class 8 and today's topic is verb. English is a language and communication is an art of a language. So without knowing clearly verb, you cannot express your expression and you do not get a pure understanding, especially changing sentence in which affirmative to negative, negative to affirmative, assertive to interrogative, interrogative to assertive, assertive to exclamatory, exclamatory to assertive, active to passive, passive to active, positive to comparative, superlative, assertive to imperative, imperative to assertive, right form verb, narration, with, without, matching, and coming any classes. So I am going on the board to give you a pure understanding about it. Verb, verb has a two quality. Make a concentration, please. I am going to accept expectable lecture, which can help you a pure understanding. Verb has two qualities that in which primary auxiliary. What is this? Primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary 11 quality. Primary auxiliary 11 quality. Primary 11 quality in which am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, and did. These are called primary auxiliary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean 11 auxiliary is called primary auxiliary in the English language. Do you understand? They can make full sentence without taking any help, main verb. They can make a sentence, and in this way, if you use after these auxiliary, use two, that is called primary auxiliary. I am going to give you a technique. After that, I am introduced to you all. These are called present simple. These are called present simple. These are called past simple. I mean past inheritance. Present inheritance, present simple. Past inheritance, that is called past simple. We can say it. Have, has, that is called present perfect. Had is called past perfect. Especially these items, I mean do, does, did, can make primary and modal auxiliary. They can make different qualities, I mean all grammar items. So I am going to technique out of this, that is called am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, use, ought, going, plus 2. If we use after this auxiliary added 2, that is called primary auxiliary to modal auxiliary. This is called modal. These are the out of this normal modal auxiliary, that is called they can originally make of can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, dare. I am going to back to the line that can help you all. Verb has two quality in his primary auxiliary 11. Out of this 11 quality is called primary auxiliary. Am is, are, was, are, have, has, had, do, does, did. Especially do, does, did is called special. Out of this do, does, did, if you use these auxiliary added two, that is called modal auxiliary. These are simple modal auxiliary: can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, and dare. I think this class very helpful to you all. Back to the board. Make a concentration. I am writing this identification of tense. Identification of tense. Identification of tense and change of voice. This structure, I think that this structure can help you recognizing any sentence, and this structure can change active to passive and passive to active. There is a red color writing item that is called active. Is called another name is tense. Active, another name is tense. Active has another figure that is called passive. Always passive form, main verb uses past participle form, verb 3 form. Verb has a 4 quality: do, does, did, and doing. Do, does, did, that is called did, done. Do you understand? Done. So active and tense, present indefinite tense. I want to make a technique to take understanding present indefinite tense. I think that verb present form. Present form has a 2 figures. Verb present form has a 2 figure. Verb present form has 2 figure in which verb added s or es. And so after this verb present form, if you want to change the active to passive, you have to use underlining red color. Am is, are. And passive forms had a main figure: verb 3, verb 3, verb 3, verb 3, and verb 3. Do you understand? So passive is called verb third form. Okay, verb third form. So when you see verb present form, you have to use object to subject. This is so general item. That's why I don't write these pages. Verb present form. Whenever you see verb present form, you have to use am is, are, then verb past participle. Okay, this is called present indefinite tense and change of passive form. Say with me: verb present form. Changing third seat, am is, are. After this verb third form, do, did, done, go, went, gone. Do you understand? Gone is called verb 3 form. Past indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense. How can you identify this? This is verb past form. This is verb past form. Past form has a second figure. Technique was, were. You have to use was, were. After this same way verb third form. Do you understand? So continuous tense. Do you understand continuous tense? Continuous tense is something doing or happening, continuing. That is called continuous. If you identify this verb ing, ing is called continuous tense. Ing is called continuous tense. Am is, or ing is called present continuous. Do you understand? Am is, or ing is called present continuous. Was, or ing is called past continuous tense. Shall be, will be, ing is called future continuous. So naturally there is a technique. To identify any verb. That verb ing is called continuous. So that's why if I change the sentence with passive form, am is, are, being, was, are, being, shall be, will be, being, and same way passive form V3, V3, and V3. So whenever you see this sentence is continuous tense, you have to use being after verb third form. And in this way, I am going to perfect form. Underlining. Do you see this? Okay. Perfect form. Perfect form is called present perfect tense. Have, has, had. Past participle form. Had is called past participle form. Shall have, will have is called past participle. So there has another technique There is another technique is called past participle form. After this, have, has, had, shall have, will have. These are called perfect tense. These are called perfect tense. So after this, have, has, had, shall have, will have, been. Shall have, will have, been is called passive form. Have been, has been, shall have been, will have been. So out of this sentence, few times ago I am understanding you or a modal auxiliary verb. You a modal auxiliary verb. Do you understand? Modal auxiliary verb. Modal auxiliary verb uses. So I am continuing a few times ago. Am to, is to, are to, was to, what to, have to, has to, had to, need to, used to, going to. Normal way: can, could, may, might, shall, should, dare, must. These are called modal auxiliary. In that way, in the causes, I recognizing few times ago modal auxiliary. After this modal auxiliary, always uses tense form. I mean verb present form. Verb present form. After this modal auxiliary, if you change the passive form, you have to modal auxiliary be. I think that I'm continuing and I'm understanding preview. Verb present form is called amateur. Past form is called was, ing is called being, verb past participle is called been, modal auxiliary is called be. After these auxiliary uses main verb, verb past form, verb past form, verb past form, and verb past form. So naturally, I'm trying my best to give you all a better understanding about identification of modal auxiliary to primary to modal auxiliary ends, and identification of tense and change of voice. This is the magic way. In this way, if you stay with me, I think that I can help you all, and you have to practice more. Actually, many more using method are in English grammar. I think today you are very clear about grammar, especially auxiliary and active passive form. I think today you are. That's why I will discuss many more next classes. If you have grammar book, you just open and see. Then everything will be more clear to you. So with that, let's finish the class today. Thank you.